Hello and welcome. You're watching The Nation Wants to Know. I'm Padmaja Joshi. The big question the nation wants to know today is, could Sidhu Moose Wala have been saved? And that was the question they asked the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, and his party members who visited Sidhu Moose Wala's village 5 days after the singer was ambushed and brutally shot dead, and 3 days after his funeral. The first time the CM of Punjab went to meet the family of Moose Wala. But hours before his arrival, angry villagers blocked Aam Aadmi Party MLA Gurpreet Singh, who had reached Moose Wala's house ahead of Mann's visit, forcing him to return. Eventually, the CM himself arrived, but not before the entire Mansa village had been turned into a fortress. Thousands of cops were deployed, both in uniform and civil clothes, forming a human chain around the Chief Minister's cavalcade, ensuring there is no repetition of what happened in the morning. And it was this end-to-end police deployment that raised hackles. Critics were quick to point out the AAP government's security hypocrisy. Seething with rage over Moose Wala's murder, day after his security was pruned, they gunned for the Punjab Sarkar. The opposition asked if the same government that today pulled out all stops over security could have deployed 4 cops for Moose Wala, perhaps today he would still be alive.
गुरप्रीत बनाली का विरोध हो रहा, मुख्यमंत्री की फेरी रद्द हो चुकी है, मुख्यमंत्री नहीं आ रहे, पिंड वासियों का गुस्सा 7वें आसमान ते क्योंकि इस तो पहले पिंड नूं सील किया गया सी। गुरप्रीत बनाली का विरोध होया, MLA गुरप्रीत बनाली का विरोध MLA सरदूलगढ़ का विरोध नहीं घर विच एंट्री कर दी गई। पिंड वासियों ने विरोध, पता लग्या कि मुख्यमंत्री का दौरा भी होया रद्द। पिंड वाले नाराज ने, पिंड वाले का गुस्सा 7वें आसमान ते है। देख सकते हो गुरप्रीत सिंह बनाली का विरोध होया, गुरप्रीत बनाली अंदर नहीं जान दिता जा रहा। सूत्र दसदे ने कि भगवंत मान मुख्यमंत्री ने अपना दौरा रद्द कर दिता है, मुख्यमंत्री मूसे नहीं आउणगे। ਤਾਂ ਨਾਰੇਬਾਜ਼ੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ, ਘਰ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਾਰੇਬਾਜ਼ੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ, ਮੁਰਦਾਬਾਦ ਦੇ ਨਾਰੇ ਲੱਗ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਭਗਵੰਤ ਮਾਨ ਮੁਰਦਾਬਾਦ ਦੇ ਨਾਰੇ ਲੱਗ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ।
But what led to a bigger outrage was several politicians pointing out that not only was security placed around the Chief Minister, there were cops actually flanking Moose Wala's parents as well. Shiromani Akali Dal and the Punjab Youth Congress claimed that there was a special DSP tracking Moose Wala's father. In fact, a female cop was placed even behind his grieving mother. Several pictures that were put out suggested that constantly a policeman was standing behind Moose Wala's father even as he was talking to the Chief Minister with his arms on his shoulder, leading many to ask, what is the Chief Minister so scared of?
डेथ होई ਅਸੀਂ डेथ वाले घरे भी नहीं जा सकते यार, अफसोस करन ਗੱਡੀ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ थे। ਇਹ ਥੋੜੀ ਜੇ ਭਗਵੰਤ ਮਾਨ ਨੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਬੰਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਘਰੇ ਜਾਊਗਾ। ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਕਿਹਾ ਦੱਸੋ, ਮੈਂ XML ਆ, ਦੱਸੋ ਕੀ ਇਖਤਿਆਰ ਆ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ, ਕਿਹੜੇ ਆਰਡਰ ਲਿਆਓ ਦਿਓ ਮੈਨੂੰ। ਜਿੰਨੀ ਸਿਕਿਉਰਿਟੀ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਾਈ ਆ ਇਹੋ ਬੰਦੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ, ਅੱਜ ਆ ਦਿਨ ਨਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੇਖਣੇ ਪੈਂਦੇ।
भगवंत मान जी का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कि 1 हफ्ते के बाद उनको समय मिल गया कि वो हमारे कांग्रेस के जो नेता हैं और मशहूर गायक सिंगर सिद्धू मूसेवाला के जो पीड़ित परिवार है उनसे मिलने का उनको टाइम मिला। दूसरी बात, आज भगवंत मान कोई वहाँ दिलासा या अफसोस जताने नहीं गए, दिल से महसूस किया वाला, वो मगरमच्छ के आंसू बहाने गए हैं। सत्य तो ये है कि भगवंत मान जी को आंखों में आंखें डाल के सिद्धू मूसेवाला की माता पिता को एक प्रश्न का उत्तर देना चाहिए कि क्यों बिना सोचे समझे उनके पुत्र की सुरक्षा वापस ले ली गई। आज भगवंत मान सरकार ने खुद हाईकोर्ट में बयान दिया है कि 424 लोगों की सुरक्षा हम 7 जून को वापस दे देंगे, जो ये दिखाता है कि बिना सोचे समझे निर्णय लिया गया था।
So was Sidhu Moose Wala betrayed? Joining us on the debate, Neha Joshi, spokesperson of the BJP, Advocate Jagmohan Singh, spokesperson of Punjab Lok Congress, Ravi Giri, political analyst, Ravi Srivastava, political analyst, and Dr. D.K. Giri, also political analyst, both supporters of the Aam Aadmi Party. I want to start by asking you, Vivek Srivastava, what is the Chief Minister so scared of? So many policemen, including one each, doing man-to-man marking on his parents.
I am Ravi Srivastava, you called me Vivek. Yes.
I'm so sorry, I got really mixed up. Sorry about that, Mr. Srivastava.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Go on.
Bhagwant Mann went there after 5 days to express his condolences to the family. yes, you rightly said he had to carry a lot of security because the situation is very, very volatile, and the people are angry, people are asking for a revenge. All those things are there.
Why are people
so
angry?
He had to take all these precautions.
That's a great observation you made. Why are people so angry with the chief minister that he's scared?
Yes. Yeah.
He's scared of the people who actually voted him.
I have to make 3 quick points. First is that the list of people whose security was pruned was not made public by Aam.
Sir, you are not answering the question. Abhi to we'll come to that list later. You tell me today, is it true that the parents of Sidhu Moose Wala were literally put under a corpse cover while they met the chief minister? This is a straight allegation being made by the Congress that there was a DSP level officer standing with his arms on Sidhu Moose Wala's father's shoulders throughout.
It's nothing unusual because people are in anger. The fans are also in anger. Some gangster is giving a reward of ₹5 lakh for the revenge of for catching the killer of
So, sir, they would be in anger against the gangster, not the chief minister. What is the chief minister scared of?
Some gangster in Tihar jail is claiming to be, that he had masterminded. Now, I don't know the convicted people why credence is being given to such people. One more thing I want to ask.
That's a great point you raised, though, कि अगर तिहाड़ से that entire conspiracy is being planned, तिहाड़ जेल किसके prisons department के अंडर है, sir? तिहाड़ जेल की security के लिए कौन responsible है? तिहाड़ में जो होता है उसके लिए responsible कौन है?
They should be caught if somebody is doing mischief.
Sir, who is responsible? If indeed conspiracies are being hatched inside Tihar jail in Delhi, whose responsibility is it?
For making a statement, what responsibility can you fix? That too of a convict person. He can say anything. Goldi Brar can say from Vancouver that I am going to kill somebody.
Sir,
how you can believe that?
I am not believing. You are the one who brought it up. Okay, let me quickly take a response from Neha Joshi. This is very usual apparently for it to happen, Neha Joshi. People are angry. A star has died. People are angry. This is usual. Neha Joshi.
Thank you, Padmaja. Padmaja, first of all, what we saw in Mansa village today, the village literally was converted into a fortress. Now, I'd like to remind you when clashes happened outside the Kali Mata temple in Patiala, the police was nowhere to be seen. When the state is being rocked by a series of murders, which seem to be clearly motivated, and a lot of people who are being targeted, these are very targeted killings, and security has been systematically withdrawn from these people. The Kejriwal, the Bhagwant Mann government, it's hard to, say there's the Bhagwant Mann government, but clearly Delhi is running it. So, the Bhagwant Mann government not only withdrew security from these people who were vulnerable, but also leaked that list. So that, elements who are out for these people actually know who to target. At a time when Sidhu Moose Wala was killed, Punjab did not have an ADG law and order. It's important to mention this. And even when the ADG law and order was there, the cops of Punjab were being sent on a... Mr. Ravi Srivastava, allow me to complete, please. Do not heckle. Allow me to complete, Mr. Srivastava. There is no way to debate. The cops of Punjab have been gallivanting across the country, targeting people in Patna, raiding houses in Delhi.
Answer, Mr. Srivastava.
They are everywhere except Punjab. And look at what's happening in Punjab. And suddenly today, Mansa village is converted into a fortress because Bhagwant Mann is scared.
Took the chart 2.5 months
the normal people of Punjab are scared today. They're scared to their lives.
Congress and your party, BJP, Akali Dal, were running the government in Punjab. And all these gangsters are created by you. And they are part of your setup. Bhagwant Mann has not created these gangsters.
A young,
it is created by you.
Man died. Whatever difference in ideology I may have with him. This was a man with a lot of promise and he was brutally murdered. And his parents today...
Okay, Congress, Gaurav Gandhi, what about Sidhu Moose Wala? Are you aware of the tweet that he is a sympathizer of the Bhindranwale? He is promoting the Gulf culture there.
Okay.
Are you aware of it?
Sir, that still doesn't mean that his security is withdrawn and he is allowed to die. Let me ask Advocate Jagmohan Singh. Today the Aam Aadmi Party is saying, Arvind Kejriwal also said that investigation is happening and all of you are doing cheap stunts. Advocate Jagmohan Singh. All this heckling of an MLA, making allegations about Bhagwant Mann, cheap stunts.
No, you see, madam, whenever the security of important persons, the decision has been taken by the state government to cut down the security of the some of the important personalities, including Mr. Moose Wala, the breakthrough of the targets have been taken because of that. Otherwise, they are targeted. The group is targeting the Sidhu Moose Wala, planned their strategy and hit the target. Therefore, this parent government, Aap government, is exclusively responsible for that, and Captain Amarendra Singh has condemned this group. Mr. Kejriwal and one
yes,
more person.
like Mr. Srivastava was saying, this is a very angry and violent situation that has arisen out of this murder and the publicity that has been generated. You see, when the farmers' agitation was on, Mr. Khattar even could not attend a meeting. And forget about security. He was, with all his security, he could not attend meeting. When there is public anger, the chief minister or any other minister has to go with the security. This is not unusual. This could not be compared. It is happening throughout our country. Now the BJP has found a right
Neha Joshi.
in Aam Aadmi Party.
Why is the public angry? How many murders have taken place in Punjab in the past 1 week?
They're raising the murder of Moose Wala, who was a congressman on a humanist ground.
That security was withdrawn from
Kashmiri
these
Pandits
people?
are dying every day in Kashmir.
Why is it that the list was made
Kashmiri
public?
Pandits are dying every day in
The government of Punjab is an accomplice in the murder of
the state into three. No, but this is, you are taking up a case to embarrass
they did not just make him vulnerable by withdrawing the security.
BJP has no case. Let me tell you, BJP has no case. BJP has no case.
This is not about the BJP.
Your humanist approach is really a bluff. What is happening in Kashmir? What is happening in Kashmir to the Pandits? What are you doing? What are you doing to save the lives of Kashmiri Pandits? No, don't tell me what about I am showing you the mirror. I am asking you, have you made any statement about the death of the Pandits in Kashmir?
While Bhagwant Mann rushes to Delhi.
Okay, Professor D.K. Giri, Dr. D.K. Giri, you are really not doing any favors to the party who you claim to support, because essentially you are comparing Punjab to a state which has active terrorism. So you are saying that Punjab has been turned into Jammu and Kashmir.
I am an independent political analyst.
That is fine. But if you are trying to defend the Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab, then you are really doing them no favors. Where you are saying, oh look, what's happening in Kashmir, it's happening in Punjab. Kashmir is a state which has terrorism. Terrorists are there. The by terrorists. If you are saying that Punjab has been turned into Jammu and Kashmir, you are really not doing anyone a favor.
They are double standard. Their humanism, their sense of humanism is misplaced. I am showing BJP the mirror. They are double standard.
In showing a mirror, how can you make a comparison between these two states?
They have nothing to say about murders anywhere.
A simple question. Yesterday, Professor Dr. D.K. Giri, you
every life lost is a life lost?
Absolutely. But having a life being lost by creating conditions for the murder is very different from having a terrorist attack. And here's how. Yesterday, the Punjab government claimed in court, just a second, Punjab government claimed in court that we temporarily withdrew the security. If indeed it was a temporary withdrawal, then why did you call it VVIP culture pe chot? Temporary withdrawal pe aapne chot kaun si kar di? आपने जब एडवर्टाइजमेंट दिया था आपने कहा वीवीआईपी कल्चर पे चोट रवि श्रीवास्तव, दैट वाज अ टेम्पररी विड्रॉल. आइदर आप लोगों को तब बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं या आप कोर्ट को अब बेवकूफ बना रहे हैं. If indeed this was a temporary withdrawal, answer a simple question. Sir, just a second. See, you can keep defending till kingdom come. The fact is that today it was the people of the village who told you what they think. It's as simple as that. Ravi Srivastava. Okay, you are not answering anything. So let me quickly bring in Ravi Srivastava. I have a simple question. Was this a chot on VVIP culture? Or was this a temporary withdrawal? Which one? Just choose between the two. Which one was it?
If you refer to the statement by the DGP on the same evening when the assassination took place, he had clearly said that the anniversary of the that attack on Golden Temple, they are going to need more security personnel for the duties at that particular spot. So it is definitely was a temporary measure, and the government is in right to review the security of the personnel. And
You are still
every
not answering the
government
question.
whether
The question was very simple. Either it can be a strike on VVIP culture or it was a temporary withdrawal of security. If it was the latter, it can't be the former. If it was the former, it can't be the latter. That being said, there are people now in Punjab, or at least fans and family of Sidhu Moose Wala, who singularly believe, and they are angry because of that belief, that he was turned into a sitting duck by withdrawing his security and publicizing the fact. And the government has been wrapped by the Punjab High Court, nobody else. Thanks very much, all gentlemen. Neha Joshi for joining me. Taking a quick break.